So I'll pick it up from here. Z varies jointly with X and Y and inversely with W. And the last one, Z varies directly with X and inversely with the product of W and Y. So we wouldn't call that a joint variation when it's in the denominator. They did it like this, the product of Y and W. Now what's in common to all of those? There's a K, right? So in all of these, don't forget the K, right? If you forget the K, you're really, there's no place to start right there because these things always have a K. So don't forget the K. So these problems at the bottom here are mostly geometry formulas, like A equals pi r squared. What's that the area of? It's a circle, right? So which would have been the constant in that formula? Pi is a constant, right? So pi is like the K. How would you describe the variation? Right. A varies directly with r squared, or with the square of r. Right. What's the constant over here? 0.5, right? How would you describe the variation between A and BH? Jointly, right? So you have to say A varies jointly with B and H. What formula is that? Area equals, it's a triangle, right? 1/2 BH, right? 1/2 the base times the height. That's a triangle. How about this one here? What's the constant? 2. There's a 2, right? So how would you describe the variation between H and A and B? Blakely? You saying it? H varies. Chloe? How does it vary with A? Directly. H varies directly with A and inversely with B. Not indirectly, inversely, right? Okay. Okay, what about this one? What's the constant in this formula? No. It's 1/3. Okay. 1/3. So how would you describe the variation? B varies jointly with B and H. Okay. This one has a constant. V varies jointly with the square of R and H. Right. This one is it cut off when I copied and pasted in there. What's the constant in this one? No, just like we over there. 1/pi is the constant, right? We always expect the K is in the numerator, right? That's the constant, 1/pi. So it is H varies directly with V, inversely with R squared. Okay, here's a tricky one. V equals LWH. What's the constant? 1. Because those are all variables. Volume equals length times width times height, right? So there's got to be 1 is the constant. And how would you want to describe that? Yeah. I've never seen a joint variation that was more than just 2 variables. This has got 3. So whether you say jointly or directly, that's okay. And then this last one, what does that say? It says L equals V/WH, so the constant is still a 1. So L varies directly with V and inversely with the product of W and H, just like they did there.